This is Top Accolade African News Updates. I am Soibifa Jakrich. Kenya has discovered its first deposits of the valuable mineral coltan, the mining minister has said. The rare mineral is used to manufacture electric car batteries, mobile phones, and other electronic devices. The Democratic Republic of Congo holds more than 70% of the world's coltan reserves, which have for decades fueled violent conflicts in the east of the country. It is not clear how large the coltan deposits found in Kenya are. Mining officials have previously hinted that Kenya could have traces of the highly valuable ore, but Kenya's Minister for Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs, Salim Mvurya, on Wednesday said that his announcement means it is now official that Kenya has coltan reserves. Deposits of the mineral have been found in 6 counties across the country, but their value is yet to be determined. Residents of Embu County in eastern Kenya, one of the 6 counties with reserves of the mineral, have been advised to hold on to their land. Mr. Mvurya said the discovery was expected to create more jobs and expand Kenya's mining industry. Mining accounts for less than 1% of Kenya's GDP, but has the potential to contribute up to 10%, according to the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry (KNCCI). Coltan is often refined into metallic tantalum, a heat-resistant powder that is used to produce capacitors, which are then used to manufacture electronic devices. The price of coltan depends on how much tantalum it contains, but on average, a kilogram of the rare ore fetches $48, that is 37 pounds, according to Forbes. Analysts say the international demand for coltan is growing fast and has become one of the driving forces behind the conflict in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, as rivals militaries fight for control of mines that produce coltan and other valuable minerals. Democratic Republic of Congo, along with neighboring Rwanda, are 2 of the world's top coltan suppliers. Six Ghanaians, including 3 soldiers, have been sentenced to death by hanging for their involvement in a coup plot 3 years ago. This was the first treason trial in Ghana since 1966, when post-independence leader Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown. The group, including a gunsmith, pleaded not guilty during a trial that captured the attention of the nation. Defense lawyers said they would appeal against the ruling in the Supreme Court. 3 other people, including a senior police officer and 2 military officers, were acquitted. There was a heavy security deployment outside the High Court in Accra during the sentencing on Wednesday. The court found the 6 guilty of high treason and conspiracy to commit high treason. The men were arrested with locally manufactured gun, improvised explosive devices, and AK-47 rifles, according to court documents. State prosecutors said the group had planned to organize protests ostensibly to topple President Nana Akufo-Addo's government ahead of the 2020 general elections. The court said it found the evidence against the men, including intercepted communications and testimonies, compelling. Ghana had last carried out an execution in 1992 when it returned to democratic rule. Lawmakers last year voted to abolish the death penalty for ordinary crimes, replacing it with a life sentence. The Islamic police in Nigeria's northern state of Kano have launched a manhunt for 6 popular TikTokers, with the force saying they post indecent and un-Islamic content on the social media app. The head of the Kano State Hishba Corps said the TikTok users, who have millions of followers between them, had failed to comply with previous orders to tone down their content. The social media stars are under fire over behavior deemed indecent by some Muslims. For example, one sells aphrodisiacs, another dances in a way some have labeled provocative, and one male creator is deemed to talk and act in an effeminate way. Aminu Durawa, Kano has a majority Muslim population and an Islamic legal system operates alongside secular law in the states. He explained that if the popular content creators had to be called in for the 3rd time, the Hishba would take them to court. For now, the force is trying to track them down. Kano is one of the 12 states in the northern Nigeria that practices Islamic law. The legal system applies only to Muslims living in those states. Namibia's President Hage Geingob, 82, is flying to the US to receive specialized medical treatment for cancer, his office has said. It comes less than a week after his office said the medical test revealed that he had cancerous cells. The 82-year-old would receive novel therapy in the US for a week before returning to continue with the treatment in Namibia, his office added. Vice President Nangolo Mumba will be acting president during his absence. Concerns about Mr. Gengob's health have been growing, with reports saying that he admitted last year that he had become frail. Mr. Gengob is due to step down at the end of his 2 terms later this year. In a statement on Tuesday, the vice president of the governing SWAPO party, Netumbo Nadi Ndaitwah, said Mr. Gengob was in good spirits and receiving good medical attention. She appealed to Namibians to allow Mr. Gengob and his family to focus on his recovery and healing process without speculation. The president's office said he would return from the US on 2nd February and 95% of the treatment for the cancerous cells would be carried out in Namibia. Last week, it said that doctors had done a colonoscopy and a gastroscopy on the president. His office did not further details of Mr. Gengob's condition, but said at the time that he would continue with the presidential duties. Namibia is due to hold presidential and parliamentary elections in November. SWAPO, which has been in power since independence in 1990, has chosen Nadi Ndaitwah as its presidential candidate. She's currently also Namibia's deputy prime minister and will become the country's first female president if she wins. That is the size of top accolade African news updates. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy Thursday.